It's natural to crave praise. Who doesn't enjoy the warmth of approval from others? This desire is reinforced early on by family, teachers, and friends, making it feel like a core part of our identity. But this dependency on praise can come with a dark side.
Have you ever realized how hard it is to determine your self-worth?
When we rely on external validation, we let others define our worth. And if we live for others' approval, we become vulnerable to their criticism. Living for praise often leads to approval addiction, a state where we constantly chase positive feedback to feel worthy. When that praise is absent, or when criticism shows up instead, it's easy to feel crushed.
What should we do when we have been criticized?
This video is about breaking that cycle, reclaiming your sense of self, and learning to feel worthy without needing others to say, "Good job." When we rely on others' praise, we give them power over our emotions. The problem? If our self-worth depends on external validation, criticism can tear us down. Imagine that praise is a spotlight. It feels great to stand in it, but what happens when it's suddenly switched off? That absence can leave us feeling empty, and criticism can feel unbearable because our sense of worth is tied to how others see us. Think about social media influencers who thrive on praise but struggle with backlash. The platform that gave them validation becomes a source of pain. This shows us that relying on others to define our value builds on shaky ground. Praise can lift us temporarily, but without it, we are left questioning our worth. Living for approval can limit personal growth. When we seek praise, we are more likely to play it safe, avoiding risks that might invite criticism. This leads to praise paralysis, where we stick to safe choices, repeating actions that please others instead of exploring new ideas. Think of a musician who sticks to the same style because they fear disappointing fans. They are no longer driven by passion, but by the need to meet expectations. When we let others' opinions guide us, we end up playing small, avoiding challenges that could lead to genuine growth. Now, are there things you'd love to try but avoid because you worry about others' reactions? It's natural to want to avoid criticism, but sometimes real growth means stepping out of that comfort zone. Breaking free from the need for approval starts with reclaiming your sense of self-worth. This means finding pride in your own values and goals rather than others' praise. When you rely less on others' validation, criticism loses its power over you. Think about one area in your life where you seek praise. Instead of focusing on others' approval, ask yourself, what's one small way I can feel proud in this area based on my own values? This shift helps build confidence from within, making you less vulnerable to outside opinions. When we rely less on others for validation, we naturally build a stronger sense of self-worth. Inner confidence comes from knowing who we are and what we stand for, regardless of others' opinions. This shift can be liberating, as it places value on our own experiences and judgments, rather than outside praise. Think of a successful entrepreneur who's had to weather countless opinions and setbacks to stay focused. Instead of depending on others' approval, they rely on their own values, goals, and skills to guide them. By keeping their eyes on their mission, they navigate criticism and praise without letting either sway their sense of self. To start building inner confidence, list 3 strengths or qualities you admire in yourself. This practice can help remind you of your worth, grounded in who you are rather than in others' perceptions. Social media is often a major source of validation for many people. While it's great for connection, it can also create a cycle of approval seeking, where likes and comments start to define our self-worth. By setting healthy boundaries, we can minimize the impact of this validation loop on our mental well-being. Celebrities and influencers sometimes take breaks from social media to reset and refocus. By limiting exposure to constant praise or criticism, they protect their mental health and build resilience, reconnecting with what truly matters to them. Set a boundary with social media this week. Maybe spend a day off social platforms or limit your screen time. This break can help you observe how you feel without external feedback and make room for self-reflection. When we stop prioritizing being liked and start focusing on being true, our actions become aligned with our authentic selves. Living authentically means embracing who we are and letting go of the need to please everyone. Think of a comedian or public figure who's known for their authenticity, even if it doesn't always please everyone. Their confidence comes from knowing and respecting their own values, allowing them to take criticism in stride without sacrificing their identity. Choose one situation this week where you can practice authenticity. Maybe it's expressing a personal opinion or pursuing a goal that matters to you, even if it's not popular. This small step can strengthen your inner sense of value and help reduce the influence of outside opinions. Self-compassion is key to handling criticism and praise without letting them define you. When you treat yourself with the same kindness you'd show a friend, you create a buffer against others' judgments. Accepting yourself, even your flaws, builds resilience and helps you stay grounded, regardless of external feedback. Practice self-compassion by writing a supportive note to yourself, especially about areas where you're sensitive to criticism. Remind yourself that imperfections are human and part of our journey. This act of kindness can reduce your dependence on praise and help you navigate criticism with greater ease. For many, success is defined by external measures, career milestones, financial achievements, or social recognition. However, true fulfillment often comes from redefining success based on personal values and goals, rather than societal expectations. When we let others define success, we may end up chasing things that don't genuinely resonate with us. By setting our own criteria, we are able to pursue goals that feel deeply rewarding, even if they don't fit the usual definition of success. Take the story of someone who left a high-paying corporate job to pursue a creative field. Despite facing judgment, they followed their values, finding more fulfillment. By building their sense of success internally, they became less affected by others' opinions. Write down what success means to you without considering others' expectations. This could be personal growth, nurturing relationships, or inner peace. This vision can guide your choices without needing others' approval. Perfectionism is often rooted in a fear of criticism. Striving for flawlessness may feel like a way to avoid negative feedback, but it creates stress and limits growth. Embracing imperfection allows you to focus on progress without the fear of making mistakes. Letting go of perfectionism frees you to take risks and explore. When we aren't fixated on being perfect, we gain the courage to try new things and learn from failure without letting others' opinions hold us back. Think of a writer who shares their work, even if it's not flawless. They know that growth comes from practice, not perfection. By accepting mistakes, they open themselves up to new insights and improvements. Try doing something imperfectly this week. Whether it's starting a new project or trying a new hobby, allow yourself to make mistakes. This practice helps you see that it's okay not to be perfect and that imperfections are part of learning. Gratitude is a powerful tool for shifting focus from external validation to self-appreciation. When you're grateful for who you are and the progress you're making, it strengthens your inner confidence and reduces your need for praise. Gratitude redirects attention from what's missing to what's already good in our lives. It encourages self-acceptance, helping us find satisfaction within, rather than relying on others for affirmation. Athletes often use gratitude to build resilience, appreciating each step of their journey, including the setbacks. This perspective encourages personal growth and fulfillment without needing external praise. Start a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you appreciate about yourself or your journey. This practice reinforces a positive self-view, making you less reliant on others' opinions for confidence. Living authentically means trusting your values, even if it doesn't align with others' expectations. This doesn't mean disregarding feedback. Rather, it's about finding balance and building a life that feels meaningful, regardless of others' opinions. When we let go of needing constant validation, we make space for genuine fulfillment. By following our values, we create a foundation that isn't shaken by criticism or praise. Authenticity invites lasting satisfaction as we are aligned with our true selves. Think of someone who's admired for their authenticity. They aren't constantly seeking validation, they are simply living in alignment with their purpose. This self-assurance is what makes them stand out. Identify one small way to live authentically this week. It could be expressing a personal opinion, spending time on a passion, or setting a boundary. Each authentic choice builds inner resilience, allowing you to live with confidence and purpose. In the long run, others' opinions fade. Years from now, the praise or criticism we receive today won't hold much meaning. This realization can be freeing, as it encourages us to focus on what truly matters to us. Take a moment to consider what you want to look back on in your life. When you focus on your own goals and values, you'll find that others' opinions become less significant. Living authentically means creating a life you're proud of, one that isn't swayed by fleeting judgments. Set a reminder on your phone with a question like, "You don't really die, of course, but life is a lot easier if you don't live by people's praise." Use this prompt to guide your actions, allowing you to stay true to yourself. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.